The goal for today is simple. Run a full marathon in Yeezy foam runners. What could possibly go wrong? Now, after some serious research online, I can't find a single credible reference that anybody has actually run a full marathon in the Yeezy foam runners. That means not only is this record breaking, but I'm officially running into the record books today as the first person to ever do it. So after this, I'm going to head home and write a strongly worded email to the Guinness Book of World Records, because in my opinion this feat should be recognised. Hopefully I'll be in next year's edition. So now on the running Mount Rushmore, you've got Usain Bolt, quickest man to ever run the 100 metres. You've got the guy that ran the 4-minute mile first. You've got Kipchoge, first person unofficially to run a marathon in under 2 hours. And now you've got me joining them as the first person to run a marathon in a pair of Yeezy foam runners. This is what Neil Armstrong must have felt like as number one. Before we jump into what turned out to be one of the hardest runs that I've ever attempted in my life, let me take you back to the beginning. First things first, fit check.
I do not want to be getting blisters, so I've gone the Injinji Ultra toe socks. Look at them toes. And that's going to help me stop getting blisters over the course of the next 4.5 hours or so. With my toes protected properly, no blisters are going to happen. Now onto the shoes. This is the big one. We've got the Yeezy foam runners. If you have not seen them before, they are an incredible looking shoe. Definitely the most futuristic shoe that I have ever owned. Look at that. And as we have established earlier, any shoe with runner in the title is officially a running shoe. It just takes a guinea pig like me to test them out. So that is why we're doing it today, for science. Running one marathon in these, in the name of science. Boom, boom.
The world's first attempt at running a marathon in Yeezy foam runners. History in the making right now. And we are off 42.2 kilometers in the Yeezy foam runners. Look at them go. It's freezing. Got the gloves on, the long pants. Out here feeling like Thierry Henry. Just over 4 kilometers in. I'm not sure if you're picking it up on camera, but we're running directly into a headwind, which, to be honest, I'm not thrilled about. But hopefully, in about 15 k's, when I'm coming back down the same way, in the opposite direction, it's going to help push me to the end. And I definitely started way too quick, but there's no turning back now. In terms of predictions for the run, my goal for this marathon is under 4.5 hours. Not sure if that's possible, but we're going to go for it. Just got to Glenelg, and it looks incredible as always, because I didn't plan this route out too much beforehand. Not sure where the next toilet's going to be, so we're going to stop, do a pit stop. I'll be out in a minute, and we're back. It's always so much tougher getting going again once you've just stopped, but when nature calls, nature calls. And I thought that was a better alternative than having an accident along the way, because that's just not a good look. And given the outfit and the fresh shoes, we're all about fashion today. The best thing you can do on these long runs is distract yourself in any way possible. So I'm down at the marina picking out the boat I'm going to buy when I'm crazy rich. I like that one at the back. Hopefully one day. I was supposed to be going down there. That's a giant crane on it. That's just messed up my entire route. Need to get over that way. Oh well, looks like we're adapting. That has just crushed me. Always prepare well ahead of time, because that's not what you want. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Looks like we've just got a whole bunch more boats to fantasize about. So if you're on the hunt for a new pair of running shoes, consider the Yeezy foam runners. They may not have a carbon plate, but they are super futuristic looking. That's a tick. They are super comfy. That's a tick. They've got no laces, so you don't have to worry about that on race day. And all terrain. These can be for trail runs, they can be for road runs. There's nothing these shoes can't do. Running's a bit easier when you've got these kind of views. I'm smiling the whole way through this one because I'm running on clouds. So I've just got to Grange, which I'm declaring the turnaround point. Look at this. Really is such a beautiful place to run. So I'm going to run to the end of the jetty, turn around, and then start heading back. So far so good. There's a little bit of rubbing in the feet, but I think I'm going to be okay, hopefully. And if this wind could chill out, that'd be a massive win as well. Officially turned around, let's head home. As I said before, the best way to handle long distance running is to distract yourself as much as possible. And in doing that, I've decided I'm going to run down every jetty that I run past. So this is the second time I'm doing it. We did Grange before, just hit Henley. We've still got Glenelg and Brighton to do. But as we're sort of heading in the right direction, back to the start line, the wind's at least pushing us in the right direction. So that's definitely a win. I'm currently like 25, 26 Ks in, and now I'm starting to struggle. Tiredness is kicking in. The wind's dropped out, so it's not really helping anymore. The ground is the difference between sand and road. We've had grass, we've had all sorts. But my granddad taught me, you never blame your tools, or a poor tradesman never blames his tools. Something about tradies and tools. I'm not the manliest of men, so I wouldn't get it. But no complaints. I knew this was gonna suck. It's probably why I procrastinated so much this morning. But sun's out, shoes haven't fallen apart, and we're going all right. How much can you really struggle when this is the view that you're running by? I got nothing to complain about whatsoever. I'm back to my favourite spot along the run. Hell of a lot more tired, but because of those giant buildings, it's stopping the wind. So I'm getting a bit of a breather as I get to enjoy the incredible view. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. Just made it to Glenelg. Got the beach house in the background. Going strong. Almost at the 30k mark. About to hit the third jetty of the run. My lord, I'm ready for this to be over. Why do I do this to myself? And the wind has picked back up, which I'm absolutely hating. But no complaints. We're doing it. It's getting done. World first, baby. World first. As you start to get towards the end of the run and motivation's at an all-time low, it really is good to have a running playlist that you can listen to, songs that you know are going to be uplifting, give you that extra push to get to the end of the race. That might be Taylor Swift. I'm gonna let you finish with Beyonce.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
When I first started researching about running marathons, there was this trend of people saying when it comes to running marathons, the first half of the run is the first 30 kilometers and the second half is the last 12.2. They put it perfectly. The first 30 Ks, you are well fed, well hydrated, you've slept the night before, come in with a ton of motivation, and you're ready to get it done. After the first 30 Ks, most of that has gone away. Fortunately, thanks to Runly, I've got the hydration pack to keep me hydrated. But outside of that, I'm absolutely wrecked. Got about 12 Ks to go. The pace is slowing down because I got excited at the start and went far too quickly. But we're gonna make it. Fourth and final jetty. Just made it to Brighton. Wind's still getting strong. Motivation's decreasing and decreasing. But we're getting it done. Now I'm just hoping my hat doesn't blow off. Got about 8 Ks to go. I'm really struggling. The shoes, they're holding up well. Not too many issues. A little bit of rubbing, but really nothing too crazy. But for me, it's more the fitness levels. But I am struggling. Got to stay hydrated. .36 km, and it sucks. Definitely got hella blisters all over my feet, which was somewhat expected, but it's never fun. 6 Ks to go. Trying to keep this video as honest as possible, and feeling the need in this wind to take a bit of a walk break. My hips feel like they're made out of concrete. Feet are definitely blistered up, but we are going to persevere. Going to give myself a couple minutes to walk, stay hydrated, and I'll get back to it. One of the biggest mental blocks is I'm just passing the start line, which I definitely shouldn't have done. I should have made it so the actual final kilometer was all running back to that. I had to run past that a couple kilometers ago and super motivated getting towards it, but when I realized it wasn't over, that just sucked all the life out of me. Ow. Whew. I'm gonna feel like an old man tomorrow. Stay hydrated. I'm back. Got like 4 Ks to go. Get this over and done with, and then I can eat and sleep for the rest of the day. That's the goal. Got about a K until I turn around, so I'm excited to get some tailwinds to bring me home. Just try not to throw up. 39th kilometer, and it's taking all my willpower to keep going, so I'm slowly just chipping away. Definitely going slower than usual, but with this headwind I could not care less. Shoes holding up all right. Back at Brighton Jetty. Almost at the end. I am so ready. We are officially about to enter the record books. We have done it. We have done it. 4 hours, 17 minutes. First marathon complete in the Yeezy foam runners. I need to sit down. That was insane. How good. They actually held up really well. A little bit rubby, but they are made out of rubber or plastic or PVC or something. All in all, that was a great run. So when people comment online, oh, Yeezy foam runners aren't actually running shoes, that's not what he means. I've just proven you wrong, because marathons can be run in Yeezy foam runners. Although that was quite a struggle for me, I did have to walk at certain parts. It was windy, it was freezing, then it was hot, it was all over the place. But the Yeezy foam runners actually held up pretty well. It felt better running in those than a lot of the other shoes that I've ran in, especially towards the start of my running. So if you're out there running in 5, 6, 7-year-old shoes and you swap them out for a pair of Yeezy foam runners, you're probably going to be putting up some better times. I realize that might sound stupid and controversial, Obviously there are other running shoes as well, but it's nice to know that a shoe with runner in the title can be used as a running shoe. I am definitely ready for some chill time and some food, so I'm going to shoot home, do that. After I've fully recovered, I'll do a breakdown with the split times and everything from the run, and I'll probably do a grand reveal of how the feet are looking after I take these socks and foam runners off, because I'm sure it's not a pretty sight. I wanted to get this relieving moment of getting these puppies to freedom. Oh no, that's not good. We have blood. Oh, we've got blood on the side. Hold up. Yeah, that's not pretty. What? So the ankles took a beating. The toe definitely took a beating. Let's see how they look without the socks on. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Yuck. That's not good at all. Ankle's looking a bit average. Bit average. That's really not good. So maybe it wasn't a great idea afterwards. Ah well. Reflection time. The run itself actually went pretty well. The shoes held up even better than I was expecting, and although it might be a controversial opinion, they're really not bad to run in. So it's definitely something for you to consider when you're looking at your next pair of running shoes. All runners know if it is not on Strava, it does not count. So I thought it was best to double back and break down how Strava told me that it went. So let's jump into it and see my split times and all the other information I learned about this run. So the total time of the run was 4 hours, 17 minutes and 9 seconds. That works out to a pace of 6 minutes and 5 seconds per kilometer. Now my actual moving time was 4 hours, 15 minutes and 48 seconds. And that slight disparity is because nature called and I went to the toilet at around the 6 or 7K mark. But as a small part of me is hoping this actually gets recognized as a world record, I am going to stick with the total length of time, just so I don't miss out on that on a technicality. So average pace of 6 minutes and 5 seconds for the total length of the marathon. Now, I'm pretty sure I said at some point in there, I definitely started off too quick. My first kilometer was 5 minutes and 36 seconds, which was a ridiculous pace that I was never going to keep up. And it definitely took me a good couple of Ks to realize that and dial it in. With my fastest kilometer coming 7 Ks in at a crazy pace for these shoes at 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, not sure what I was thinking at this point, just super hyped to be out running. This definitely became evident at kilometer 38 when I had my slowest K for the run at a blistering pace of 9 minutes and 25 seconds. It was at this point I realized I'd messed up. Another thing that I found interesting from the run is I burnt a total of 3,381 calories throughout the entire run. Naturally, that gave me permission to eat whatever I wanted for the rest of the day, as I'd essentially burnt it all off. And it is always fun to eat like that. The final thing that I did want to unpack with you links in with the hydration that I was talking about earlier on in the video, as according to my Garmin, I sweat out a total of 4.1 litres throughout this run. Now I understand not everybody watching this will go out and attempt a marathon straight away, but please be prepared with any kind of long distance running to take drinks to stay hydrated, or food, gels, anything that's going to help you get to the finish line. Because it is not easy on your body, and if you're not doing the right things, it can get dangerous. Also make sure after you have finished the race, you continue to hydrate as your body goes into a state of shock after being deprived from such intense exercise. Definitely makes sense, but you don't often think about it. And if you're looking for insight on how to properly hydrate for a long distance run, be sure to ask in the comments below and I'll happily respond to you as soon as I can. I definitely had a ton of questions when I first started and I've learned so much along the way. Now, full transparency, I'm probably not going to be running another marathon in these, but comparing the comfort level that I experienced in these with the shoes that I started with when I first started running, these actually win by a landslide. Obviously, taking care of your feet when you're running these long distances is absolutely crucial. The thing that I've found with talking to a lot of runners is that when they first start, they're not sure if they're going to stick it out with the running. So people don't want to invest in brand new shoes for a hobby that they're going to stop in a few weeks. As a result, they end up running in shoes that are 5 or 10 years old, which makes running, especially at long distances, really hard and can sometimes even cause injury. Ultimately, just do what you can to take care of your feet. Now with these, because of the foam that they're made out of,
Over a 42.2k run, there's going to be a whole lot of rubbing on your feet, and chances are you're going to get some pretty gnarly blisters. They do, however, stay on your feet really well, especially to say there's no laces or anything like that. I was worried that they were going to be slipping off, especially as my feet started to sweat or move around too much, but the design actually locks your feet in, so I didn't have to worry about that at all. Now, the main issues that I experienced were in my toes and my ankles, but the sole responsibility of that wasn't actually the shoes. One thing that you definitely have to consider when running these longer distances is the location that the run is taking place. Because I did mine on simply a public footpath, they tend to gradually slope one way or the other to help drain the rain in those wintry months. Now, this is fine if you're simply going out for a 30-minute walk, but when you're pounding the pavement for almost 4.5 hours, it really takes a beating on your body. But I guess that's just one of the joys of long distance running. So my final thoughts on the Yeezy foam runners as a running shoe is that they should definitely be considered, even if it is just for your local park run. They're comfy, they look incredible, and style points count for something, right? So grab a pair of Yeezy foam runners, get your headphones on and start listening to my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, and get out there and smash your personal best. If you do want to stick around and see everything that I took with me to help me smash the marathon, click this video right here, or if this is the first video that you're seeing of mine and you're interested in the channel, subscribe here or watch this video over here to see what we do as a running club. I've also linked all our social media in the description below, so go find us on TikTok or Instagram and follow us there too. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Psh.